Hello everyone, I'm Deb Courtney and welcome to my channel. I'm outside right now. It was a great day to be outside to film this. And so I've got a little friend kind of close by. It's a hummingbird. And you may not can hear it. But anyways, I fix nectar for them to sip out. And so they're coming around now, and so there's about 3 hummingbird feeders out here, and so if you hear some little something going on, that's what's happening. Okay. I took a poll of women and their concerns a couple of weeks or so back, and it seems like their concern was about anger issues and dealing with people that are angry. And so I said, well, okay, let's do a video about it. And so that's what this video is about. Overcoming anger, transformational thoughts. And so I have 4 take action tips that I would like to share with you. And by all means, as always, these are not all there is. You probably have some yourself. But these are 4 that has worked for me. And so you could use some of these or add them to what you've got. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. So the first thing I want to talk about is anger is a clue to your mission, to your assignment, whatever terminology you want to put on it. Anger basically is a tool. A lot of times we get caught up in what anger and being angry. And hey, I grew up in an angry household. And so I'm familiar with anger and how destructive anger can be. And it's not a good thing. It's not good for you. It's not good for the other person. It's definitely not good for your total welfare, your total wellness inside as an individual, in your mind or in your body. It has consequences to it. Anger does. And so, but you can use anger, if you think about it, as a tool to launch you into your mission, your assignment. As a matter of fact, that's how this YouTube channel was actually birthed. I got angry. Yes, I did. But instead of becoming better, instead of becoming bitter with the anger, I used it to become better. And that's what's so awesome about if you're willing to do that. There's a better way than getting angry with somebody. Say, well, okay, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna have a knockdown, drag out. That, what does that do for anybody? Nothing. So, I had an individual. Being 5.5 years being a widow. About 3 years after my husband passed away, I wanted to go on a dating site, and I did, and to check it out and see, what it's all about. Well, I found a gentleman, and he found me, actually, and so we talked, I guess, for almost a year or so, and it didn't work out. He wasn't who he said he was, and when I found out about him, and then I did other investigations and really found out that he really wasn't who he said he was, then I got angry. Now, I used that anger to say, okay, Deborah, what are you going to do now? How are you going to handle this? So what I did was I said, okay, I'm going to use it to my advantage. And that's what birthed this YouTube channel. Because women and some men, you got some con women out there, just like you have con men, need encouragement, inspiration, and understanding, because it's a mad, mad world we live in. And so that's the reason I birthed this YouTube channel. That helped launch me, to propel me into what I'm doing now here. And so I use it as a tool. And I would suggest you use it as a tool that can propel you into your future. And it will be a good thing if you use it constructively and not destructively. Hey, wait a minute. I've used it both ways. And it doesn't work out destructively. It never works out destructively for you if you use it that way. It never works out. It's always the problem just gets worse and worse. Okay. So that's the first thing. Anger is a clue to your mission. Let it propel you into your mission. Anger is the birthplace for change. Let it propel you to birth a change in you. When anger is born inside of you, things will change. Oh, yeah. And we've all been there. Well, maybe not all of us, but a lot of, if you've been on the face of this earth any period of time, anger has sometimes changed you into doing something different, thinking a different way, whatever the situation was, okay? So until a situation becomes to where you can't tolerate it anymore, intolerable, you won't change it. Nothing will change. You can't change what you're willing to tolerate. Some people's tolerations is a lot longer than other people's. I know mine was, and then sometimes it seems like maybe the older we get, the shorter our toleration is of anything or anyone. So, but use it constructively. Okay. Number 3, your future must become more desirable than your present. Use anger to adapt to a future you. You're living here in the present, but in going forward, use it to help develop you on what your future life is going to look like. And that will help you. Use it, like I said, in a constructive way. The example is me with YouTube. That's a prime example. And so I'm grateful for, well, I'll put it like this. Nothing is ever wasted time. I don't care whatever relationship you're in, it really isn't wasted time. My relationship with this guy was not wasted time. I was able, and it did more than propel me into this mission that I am here on YouTube. There's a lot of other things that it propelled me to do, and it was very awesome for me. So use it constructively. Number 4 is have focused anger, not uncontrolled anger. Now, what I mean by that is there's a lot of people that has getting control of their anger, and guess what? Some of them are in jail, in the penitentiary, in prison. Others are in the grave. So, and I don't mean that by being ugly. It's just, it is what it is. So if you will take that anger and focus it, and don't let it dictate to you, you dictate to it what it's going to do to help you and for you. The situation may have been the worst thing you could have ever been involved in, but use it constructively and not destructively. So I hope those 4 things helped you to take a second look at anger and say, well, you know what? I might take a look at that, and I want to remember this the next time. Or you may be in an anger situation right now. Maybe this will help you to take the time to look at it again and say, okay, what would this look like if I could look at it constructively and not destructively, and not let it tear me up or upset me so much. If it upsets you, go ahead, cry, scream, holler, shout, whatever you got to do. Get that part over with, and then get about the business of being what you were designed and created to be. Glad you found me. Glad I found you. Go out and make it a great day. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Hey, how do you handle your anger? That might be something that I haven't thought about. So, make it a great day. See you next time.